Hey folks, JD here, and I've been asked to make this video by Dean Green. So on one of my other videos, Dean asked me what I thought of this Osmo Mobile 2, because I've had it now for 8 months, and do I recommend it? Do I still use it? Was it one of those things that I bought and then didn't really use? Was it like a flash in the pan sort of thing? So I said to him, right, I've got a couple of positives and I got a couple of negatives, and I thought I would let him know in this video. So this is my Osmo Mobile 2, 8 or 9 months on. So let's start off by removing this tripod, because you don't get the tripod with this particular setup. I use it because it makes more sense for me. So let's see if I can actually, there we are, I'll just remove the top of it, that's fine. So let's look at the Osmo 2. So what do we have? Well, we have this huge handle here at the bottom. This is obviously your handle to hold it, as well as where the battery resides. You have your zoom here, zoom in, zoom out. You have your angle adjuster, so this particular arm here has a brushed motor built into it, and this is how you move this particular arm around, so it moves it left and right, up and down. You've got your on and off button and your mode button there as well, and you've got your record button here. Over to the side you've got your charging port, and I believe, there we are, you've got a USB connector at the back there as well, which you can plug into your phone, so you can power your phone from this battery. And then you've got your standard DJI sort of battery LEDs at the top. Now, as I said, this particular motor in this arm here is a brushless motor. It is quite nice and smooth, although now I've had this for 9 months, it is starting to jerk around a little bit. And the other week I had to actually clean inside, because even though there was nothing actually inside blocking this particular motor from moving around, I did notice that when I had it in my hand and when I was moving it, it did start to click quite viciously. So, as you can see with this particular adapter on here, which is the standard one you get on the Osmo 2, you can use your phone. So your phone, it'll fit quite a wide phone in there. I can fit my iPhone 8 in there without any issue. Same as my Android phone as well, fits in there without any issue, which is a Samsung. Now, you can get different adapters for this. I've got an adapter which just slots in, which means I can have my GoPro on here. I can use any other action cam on here as well, and I like that adapter. I've used it a few times. I think it's very good. Gives you a few more options than just using a phone in there. And you've got your particular adjusters here at the bottom, and as well as at the back here for adjusting the height and clearance, so that you can either have this locked into one position, or you can do what I do, and that is have it able to be used in landscape and portrait mode. Now, the battery takes quite a while to charge, about 3 hours off a standard bus powered USB port, and it lasts about a week and a half of constant use. And what I mean by constant use, I use it roughly about every Saturday and Sunday. I take it out with me, and I use it inside here for doing like the vlog style technical vlogs that we do on the channel. And I have to charge this probably once a month. Quite literally, because I'm using it 2 or 3 hours a day on Saturday and Sunday, and it's just lasting me so long. So I find the battery life is good. That hasn't got any shorter in the time that I've had this. Now, there are a couple of downsides. The one downside being is its size. It's very large. It even comes in a box which is even bigger than this, which means if you're like me, mobile on your legs or on public transport or on your own transport in the form of a bicycle, it's not always that easy to actually put in a bag if you want to just carry like a minimalist amount of things if you're going from A to B. I do find that if you don't have this in the box, then it does flail all over the place. There's nothing to actually lock it in place there, other than undoing these particular bolts here and making the plastic either side here touch each other. But other than that, there isn't any lock other than using an elastic band, and I've done that before as well. Now, I've also found that since I've had this, I haven't used anything else. Gone are the days for me when I use my tripod with my little action camera at the top or my phone, and I try and get it to an angle of where I want it. With this thing, it just does it so effortlessly with this particular joystick here. Not only that, the features, if you use the official DJI Go app with this, you get a load of features like active track, and I've actually used that quite a lot. Once again, I thought it was just going to be a gimmicky feature, and I suppose in many respects it is, but I think that I've actually used it quite a lot for following cars, a couple of boats and things like that. I think it's quite fun. Now, another downside of this is that after a while, because of its size, if you're holding it out like this, then your elbow starts to ache. Okay, it's not the end of the world, it's just something I've noticed. And obviously another thing is, if you have it on a tripod, the tripod itself will hold really well. It's got a good tripod screw in the bottom here. As you can see, I've got my adapter on there for my tripod, and I find when you have a smaller tripod like I've got, namely this one right here, it actually is really well balanced, and it even with it in landscape mode, it doesn't sway one way or the other. It's actually rock solid. Now, there are a couple of little tricks with this when you start to use it. There has to be weight in here for when you turn it on. If you turn it on and there's no weight in here, it'll snap in and then it'll turn itself off. And to turn it on, there we are, like that. So it was on, and then there's no weight, so it just knocks itself straight back off. So there are the same way to turn it on and turn it off as in with DJI. Click once and then click and hold. If you just click it once, it probably won't turn on. It'll just turn itself straight back off. Now, live streaming from this is very easy, but as I say, not for a sustained amount of time, quite simply because it's weight. I've charged my phone off it, and still I only dropped 1 bar from it, even when I was constantly recording. So I'm very happy on the whole with this particular model. I think it's very good. Okay, it is portable, but it's large. It's got a good motor, but after 9 months you may start to notice that it starts to get a little bit dicey. Although I am going to clean mine. I'm probably going to take this apart and see if there's anything in there that I can oil or grease or something like that. But then again, I do use this constantly. All over the weekend, this is always on. It's in my bag wherever I go. It's a great bit of kit. Now, there is the other Osmo which is out now, which is the Osmo Pocket. I haven't tested that personally, and so obviously I'm not going to say whether or not one is better than the other. But for me, I like this. But then again, you can buy the things that you're going to use. So I use this often. I use this a lot. I think it's very good. The gimbal movement I think is excellent. You still get a little bob, which is okay. I quite like that because it adds and it just shows the human element to the video recording. But for more often than not, this is very, very still. I've got a little bit of footage to show you now of this in action with the gimbal, so you can see it. So there you have it. It's very, very nice. I think it's very light, unless you're holding it out like that for sustained periods. And what I mean by sustained is anything over 15 minutes. And I noticed my arm started to get quite tired. Battery life is good. The motor may start to play up, as I say, after about 9 months. But it's not damaged in any way. It still turns on and is still able to work flawlessly. Although I do notice when I move it side to side, it does jerk a little bit side to side. The overall cushioning inside here of the phone, it locks it in very tightly. I haven't noticed any scrapes or scratches on either of my phones from this. It comes in a very nice case. There's so many plus points, and there are a couple of negatives as I've been into. if you're after something, because this has dropped down in price significantly now, if you're after something that you just want to take on holiday with you, I would think that this is absolutely perfect. But Dean, does that answer your question? If it doesn't, hit me up in the comments, let me know exactly what it is you want it for. But overall, I'm extremely impressed with it. It has been hammered. I've had it, I've used it constantly, and I still use it constantly. And I think it's been a fantastic companion. And I'm going to use it for, well, as long as this motor lasts out. If anything happens in the next couple of months or next year or so, then and if this does actually break due to the motor, then I'll make another video and let you know. But for the minute, I'm very, very happy indeed. £120 well spent on this, I think. Alright then, my friends, thanks ever so much for watching and listening. I've been JD, you've been fantastic as always. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Hello and welcome to all the new subscribers. I hope you're enjoying the channel. So until next time, my friends, happy recording.